Alright, I am back, and look at this. We're about to play some Black Ops 3 on Xbox. Let me go ahead and get into a game. You know, I've been complaining about it crashing and all the problems I've been having. I'm having fun on the beta. The only problem is getting into a game. Look at this. It's analyzing map. And there it goes. It fails once again. I didn't have this problem on PS4, but on Xbox, this is like 9 out of every 10 games. It crashes and starts over again. You know what? Let's go play some Advanced Warfare. Alright, you guys. I am back. This is Seiken. We're about to do some solar domination. Let's go ahead and wreck some turds. Now, it's funny. Coming out of Black Ops 3 and playing this game, I've been having a few problems. You know, the game runs differently. Now, don't get me wrong. Both games are fast, but believe it or not, Black Ops 3 is actually faster pace. And what I mean by that, your character moves faster. And look at this, they're dropping me in. Where are they at? Right in the middle of the map. What is up with this? Look, we're up 18-11. At least they didn't put me on a team getting wrecked. And look at this. I'm in the open. Look, I got an easy kill. I'll take that, son. Now, let me go back to what I was saying. Advanced Warfare has the weird exo movements, like people being able to dash to the right and dash really high, really fast. But overall, Black Ops 3 is actually faster. If you notice, like when I'm running right here, this feels so slow compared to Black Ops 3. And that's what I mean. Black Ops 3 is actually a faster game. Now, I'm not saying quicker with the dash. You can't dash to the left and right as fast as you could Advanced Warfare. But if you ever play this game and you put on that one perk, I think it's Exo Charge or Exo something that makes you like overclocked or something like that, and you run really fast, that's what Black Ops 3 feels like. So it's kind of weird coming to a game where they can Exo really fast, but it feels like when they're running, in general, they're running slow. It almost feels like you're walking. And I remember going from Advanced Warfare back to Ghost, having that same feeling like, man, Ghost feels so slow. But that's what I'm feeling right here. And it's kind of throwing me off a little bit because they're two different games. I got to adjust my sensitivity according to the game. Believe it or not, I actually play on a little higher sensitivity on Black Ops 3 versus Advanced Warfare and Ghost. Like here, I can go with like a 3. Now, some people look at me crazy like, what do you mean you play on a 3? Isn't that too low? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, a trick to getting your aim better is lower your sensitivity. When you have it too high, you tend to overshoot people, you turn, you overturn. So when you have it lower, you can control the aim a little better. And now I found that to work for me. Now some of you guys got to put it on some little crazy 20 sensitivity. Congratulations. I'm not one of those guys. I'd rather have better aim. Yes, I can't turn on people as fast, but look at this little trick here. I'm going to put up the system hack. Now in this game, there's no sound horn. Unless you have something like a system hack, I can now hear this guy over to my left. So I can know what he's going to do. I'm waiting to see if he jumps over my head or if he takes C. And if he takes C, he's going to get laid down. Now, speaking of sound horn, guess what? It is back in Black Ops 3. If you haven't played it yet, you can hear footsteps all over again. You actually have an awareness perk to heighten it up. So, and this goes into like people that don't play with headsets. I don't understand how people can play like that. Like if you've never played with a headset, you have no clue what you are missing. I'm telling you, a headset is a game changer. It's that crucial. If you can't afford a really good headset, I'm going to tell you right now, you can go to something like Ross. Oh, look at these guys. See, I was about to lay this down, but these guys, you can't take none. See, Bubble? Look at that. Oh, I didn't even see the second guy. Were they like Siamese twins? Oh, let me go ahead and capture C-Back. Now, what I was saying is, I don't know if all you guys have stores like Ross, Dress for Less, DD's Discounter. Sometimes they have these little knockoff headsets. They're only like $6 to $10. Now, these aren't the best headsets, but they're better than no headset. I recommend spending around $29 to $39 and get you a cheap Turtle Beach. Even if, you know, I know it can be expensive, you don't have to buy a $300 or $400 headset, although it will make a huge difference. These little low-end headsets actually help. And just try it out. If you haven't played with it yet, go buy a headset and return it. You know, I know money can be an issue, so I'm not trying to break anybody. But if you want to be good in this game and you're playing off just your television, you're going to have a hard time. Now look at this. I just cloaked it. They don't know where I'm at. They weren't even running from it. It's amazing I didn't discover this cloak feature. Look in the top right. See, you can cloak and it recharges. And when I cloak, they don't know where I'm coming from. And I found a lot of people were running from this thing, so I put it in cloak, and then when you shoot, it comes out the cloak. And it can stay cloaked for a while. Oh, look at this. Let me drop this bomb and run. Look at these guys. They're all on the mini-map. See if we can take them out on A. But that's amazing how, even after a game's been out for a while, you discover new features. Oh, look at that feed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that was a 6-piece. That's what's up. I was playing Ghost, and I was telling people about a perk called ICU. It's amazing how many people don't even have a clue that perk exists. And that's part of my noob tube setup. I go with blast shield and ICU. That way I can withstand the noob tube and then you heal quicker. ICU is one of these perks when you get shot, you recover a lot quicker. A lot of people had no clue that even existed. And that's kind of how I am. I guess if you don't play with a perk and you get used to using certain perks, that's what you stick with. Now look at this. It's been a couple weeks since I really been on this game, thanks to the Black Ops 3 beta. And of course I was on vacation. I went on vacation and I came right back into the beta. So it does feel a little weird. But even with that being said, I did pretty good that first half. I went through and I laid people down. I'm into my streaks. Look at this. My streaks are already piled up and I'm laying them down. And this is what, like, once my streaks start stacking like this, sometimes I can go the whole game just doing streaks. Now, see, now this is going to mess me up. And I know this sounds crazy because he has a paladin. He's going to be eating my kills. And that's what happens sometimes. These people get into their streaks and I tend to get less kills because guess what? They start hogging them up. I notice that sometimes too, even when I play with the Camper Nation. Like, we'll all win. And I'll do decent in the game, but honestly, when I go solo bolo, I tend to get a lot higher kills because I'm not competing with the Camper Nation. And you know, when we get on together, we may win, but you know what it's like when you got 6 people and we're all getting a decent amount of kills? It's kind of hard for one person to really get off because we're all kind of getting off. It's kind of like we affect each other. Oh, look at this guy, get off the roof. But we also win more. And so you got to look at the negatives and the positive of it. I may not get a 50 kill game. I may only get 25 to 30 kills. But we're more likely to win. And that's what it's all about sometimes. I'm looking forward to Black Ops 3 coming out and wrecking with the Camper Nation. And maybe getting to know some new guys. You know, that's the thing. We always add 1 or 2 new guys every game. You know, a lot of people want to play with me. And a lot of times people put in comments, hey, this is my gamer tag. Will you play with me? And I've been over this before, but I'll reiterate it. I used to add everybody on my first profile, Seiken Madara, without a J because somebody stole my name on PS4. I was added everybody, but to be honest, I was getting trolled so much, it kind of discouraged me from doing it. I know people be like, I won't troll you, but that was the same thing they were saying on PS4. And what these guys would do, they would get in games, you know, and then they would come and like just shoot guns next to me. Or they would teabag me the whole time, just things like that, just little irritating things. I don't think some people even meant to be irritating. They just wanted to let me know they were in a game with me. They would be on my friends list, they would see me in a game, so they would jump in my lobby, and then they would do stuff like get in front of me and teabag me. I'm trying to play, I'm trying to win. The last thing I want to do is see your character's butt twerking in front of me. And that's the kind of things that happen a lot. So look, we're at 140 to 81. I was debating on whether or not to take this flag and just kind of kill them in their spawn. But you know what? I decided, you know what? Let's be a team player. Let's go ahead and get the points. I've already wrecked these guys enough. I don't necessarily have to protect my KD. If I was playing just for KD, I could have just headed out. And look at this guy here. He's coming. He's going to jump up, and get put down. And look at that. He was using exostem. And look, I got all my streaks again. Oh, that sucks. Some turd came and got me from behind. It's okay. Let me see if I can get him with that bombing run. Make him pay for it. And this is another spot we come to. Look at this. Believe it or not, this is probably one of the least sweaty games I've played in a while. Look, I done dropped a 30 bomb on these guys. Oh, that's not bad. I'm 33-2 right now. And that's one of the downfalls of Advanced Warfare. I tweeted Vonderhart the other day and Treyarch Studios, and I told them, don't put skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I feel like they already have it. And you can tell they have it. I mean, it's easy to tell when you get into a game and everybody is about your equal skill level and same rank. I'm getting into games. I'm a 25, so the whole lobby's like basically 18 to 30s. And I'm like, oh, they done put it into the game. And so the games are even that much more sweaty. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mind a nice competitive game from time to time. Look at this guy. You kill me and try to teabag me, get laid down. But a lot of COD people in the casual community like to go through and have games where you can just relax. Like this game isn't stressful. I'm not going too hard. I'm having fun. I'm laying people down. That's what it's all about. You kind of like Call of Duty Ghosts. They had a good matchmaking system as far as I'm concerned. You would get into the lobby, 1 or 2 good players, 1 or 2 okay players, and 1 or 2 bad players. That was pretty much every game. It was a good combination mix. And each game they would mix the players up a little bit. So, you know, if you had the best score in the lobby, you're going to be paired up with the worst score in the next game. And I was okay with that. But now you get into games like Advanced Warfare, and these games are beyond super greasy. Look at Baz trying to get that 2-piece, laying them down. And I don't know about you guys, but you don't want every game to feel like you're playing some MLG tour. Look at it. You want to be able to get into the game, maybe go hard some games, and then relax. Look at this guy. Get off the flag, turd. Look, your boy's putting in work. I know I haven't played this game in a while, but look, we're up 182 to 109. Now it's just about being greedy. Let me just go ahead and finish off some kills. I'm not going to even camp at this spot. Look, it's only 28 seconds left. Or, yeah, I'm going to see if I can go through and get a couple more kills. Look, drop a 40, 50 bomb. Sometimes I go through at the end and I lay people down. Look at this guy. Oh, I see you. Oh, Kingslayer. Now that's how you put some turd down. Like, I'm being greedy though. I want more. I don't want to just end with a Kingslayer. I want to come in and lay people down. Alright, if you're watching the video up to this point, go ahead and drop that like. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe for more content. Black Ops 3 content is coming. Advanced Warfare and Ghosts. We're going to wreck people. Camper Nation for the win. Look at that. We laid him down. How many? Oh, I got 44. Look at that. 44 and 4. Not bad after not playing for a while. Dropping that 11 KD. That's what's up. All right, you guys. I'm out. Let's go.